The following video contains graphic scenes which may not be suitable for children. Parental discretion is advised. Venison taken from deer harvested in the following video was used by the hunters, their family, and friends. We at Tree Lounge urge all hunters to do the same or donate your harvest to your local community food bank to help provide much-needed food for those in need. When tree stand hunting, a hunter is usually in the woods alone. Often he's climbing when it's too dark to see, and sometimes when he is numb with cold. This is why a tree stand is the most important piece of equipment a hunter can buy. For the kind of tree stand he uses will have a direct effect on his personal safety, on his hunting pleasure, and on his chances of seeing or shooting a deer. Every time he climbs a tree, trip after trip, and season after season.
Hello, I'm Bob Heist, the deer hunter who invented the tree lounge. Many years ago, when I told my hunting friends that I had invented a new type of tree stand, one that was a reclining lounge chair that could climb trees and that you could carry on your back, boy, did they laugh. But once they saw the tree lounge, they quit laughing, for the tree lounge is a reclining lounge chair that telescopes into a compact unit for easy carrying and makes climbing trees so easy that it's fun. He's down.
Over the next 2 hours, you're going to witness some of the most fantastic hunting action ever caught on videotape. You'll be traveling with nationally noted outdoorsman and lifetime whitetail hunter Dean Durham to locations around North America in pursuit of America's #1 big game animal, the whitetail buck. You'll also meet Bob Heist, the inventor of the Tree Lounge, and his wife Margaret, the hunting grandmother with a wall full of trophy whitetails. Claude Whittle, the Tree Lounge expert, will join us to demonstrate the Tree Lounge, the world's safest and most comfortable deer stand. Now sit back, relax, and let's join Dean on his first hunt called Waterhole Bucks.
Hey, it's about midday. I found an excellent spot to hunt. Look at this watering hole here. I've scattered this whole area, and this is the only water I found within a mile or so. There's all kind of deer tracks around here, and it's pretty obvious that these deer are using this daily. Over here is all kind of trails, all kind of rubs, pawns. There's a lot of buck sign in this area. There's a good thicket all the way around me with a little opening here around this watering hole. This is a great spot. I'm really excited about this. You know, if you can find a place like this, along with some good food source, it'll often pay off in success. I'm going to take my Tree Lounge and get up here about 25 feet high and see what happens this afternoon. Hey, let's go hunt. Hunting this close to the watering hole, it's important to climb high. I'm climbing up about 25 to 30 feet, well above the deer's sense of smell and eyesight. A couple of hours later, after sitting in complete comfort in my Tree Lounge, a young buck walks right beneath my tree without ever knowing I was there. With all the buck sign in the area, I decided to pass him up. There's a big buck coming in, coming right at me. Good buck. Came out from behind me and came right under me. That is a fine buck. Let's get down and go to him. Man, what a buck. Look at the size of this buck. Big, heavy horn 10-pointer. Look at that rack. Wow, look at that. Look how heavy it is at the base. Good spread, heavy all the way up. This is probably a 4.5 or 5.5-year-old buck. Gosh, I've had a great hunt. I'll tell you what I've done. I got my Tree Lounge today about 12. It's about 4 in the afternoon. I've seen several deer. You know, it's real hot today, and I think the key to success here is to get high over these watering holes, and a good good mass crop here in the acorn trees, and you know, the rut's kicking in. It's just been a great day. The combination added up to a great hunt. I've really had a good time. Look at this buck. Man, what a buck.
Every year, there are millions of deer hunters who dream of getting out into the autumn woods. Each of them looks forward to having the opportunity to slow down and relax, to enjoy the great outdoors, and to match his wits with trophy whitetail bucks. However, a large majority of these hunters will have their dreams and their hunting trips completely ruined by unsafe and uncomfortable tree stands. Instead of the hunting trip they dreamed of, each trip will turn into a miserable battle of endurance with a pain in the backside. Unable to endure the misery and the pain, many of them will give up and go home empty-handed. The hunter who uses the tree lounge doesn't have this problem, for the tree lounge is just as comfortable as a reclining lounge chair. It's also user-friendly. It telescopes into a compact unit for easy carrying. It fits your back like a backpack. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to attach the tree lounge to a suitable tree ready for climbing. The tree lounge uses a stand-up, sit-down method of climbing. Climbing is so easy that it's fun. There are no straps or bungee cords on the foot climber to hassle with. Just stick your toes in and start climbing. Most hunters who use the tree lounge find that they're able to stay in their stand for 8 to 10 or even 12 hours at a time in complete comfort. Since the comfort of the tree lounge greatly increases hunting time, most of our customers carry a good supply of food in their utility pack. If they get hungry, they have a snack. If things slow down or they get sleepy, they put their gun in the gun holder, fix their pillow, and take a nap. Hunting with the tree lounge takes the hassle, the worry, and the misery out of tree stand hunting. It just helps make your hunting trip more enjoyable, the way they're supposed to be. Or to put it another way, hunting with the tree lounge helps make your hunting dreams come true. Now, let's join Bob Heiss.
My son, Robert Jr., and I started bow hunting in the Uwharrie National Forest of North Carolina in the early 1960s. This is before portable tree stands were invented. In those days, we hunted out of permanent stands or sat on limbs. I remember those days well, for each hunting trip became a miserable battle of endurance with a pain in the backside. As deer population recovered in state after state and deer hunting became more popular, a variety of portable tree stands became available. First, there were non-climbing stands. Next, there were ladder stands. Then there were the first climbing tree stands. As each new type of tree stand became available, I would buy one, take it hunting, and discover that it did not have the features that I needed. During this period, I encountered the same kind of problems that most tree stand hunters have had. Discomfort was the main problem because it limited stand time. Deer often picked up my scent or saw me because I was not high enough, or they came up from behind my stand where I couldn't shoot. Because of these problems, my hunting success was terrible. When I married Margaret in 1978, she had never been deer hunting. At this time, I hoped that one day she would be able to shoot a deer, just any deer. I built the first tree lounge in 1980, and our hunting changed forever. We could stay in our stands for 8 to 10 hours and not hurt. We could hunt 30 to 40 feet high and not be afraid of falling. Margaret and I began collecting one trophy buck after another. Thanks to the tree lounge and the tree lounge method of hunting, our hunting success has exceeded our wildest dreams. Now stay tuned for a fantastic hunt from Moonshine Island.
It's midday, and Bob has been in his tree lounge since before early sunrise. Suddenly, from Bob's right rear, approaches this beautiful, tall, and wide-rack trophy buck. Bob has avoided detection by this buck by hunting high out of scent and sight range of this world-class trophy whitetail. Bob's shifts quietly into shooting position using the side rail as a rest aim. Bob is still undetected. Tree Lounge trophy. Now let's meet the famous hunting grandmother, Margaret Heiss.
Hello, I'm Margaret Heiss. In January of 1980, I helped Bob build and test the first tree lounge. Since then, I have done a lot of field testing and taken a trophy room full of white-tailed deer and black bear with gun and bow. My days in the tree lounge are some of the most enjoyable that I have all year. For when I am in the tree lounge, I can do the things I enjoy most. These include deer hunting, watching undisturbed wildlife, reading, and relaxing. If I get hungry, I have a snack. If I get sleepy, I take a nap. When hunting, I usually stay in my stand all day. I give most of my credit for my hunting success to the tree lounge. The safety, comfort, and other advantages of the tree lounge have made my hunting method and my hunting success possible. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
Here we join Margaret as she is bow hunting for whitetail. This big buck comes speeding through Margaret's hunting area, unaware that she is only a few yards away in her tree lounge. Margaret spots the big buck and slowly and quietly stands to ready herself for a shot to the rear of her tree lounge. Right underneath Margaret's stand, completely unaware of her presence. Margaret makes a clean shot, dropping this tree lounge trophy right in his tracks. This buck will definitely make Margaret's Wall of Fame.
When considering your tree lounge purchase, please remember that we are not a fly-by-night company, for we have been in business for over 20 years now. In fact, I can remember when I first started fooling around with the tree lounge design back in the early 1980s with 2x4s. After perfecting the design, Margaret and I would build tree lounges in our shop. On weekends, I would set up on the side of the road and demonstrate my new inventions to passers-by. I would happily sell them a tree lounge right out of the back of my truck. We would frequent small county fairs in those days. The crowd would usually gather because people used to love to watch us climb up and down poles. Everybody was amazed when Margaret perfected this trick, hanging backwards out of her tree lounge on a metal pole. Since those days, over 100,000 tree lounges have been sold. During hunting season, the tree lounge factory operates 24 hours a day, keeping nearly 100 employees busy. But please understand, every tree lounge is still handmade, and you, the customer, are still as important to us as the very first one that bought a stand from me, right out of the back of my pickup truck. Now let's join Dean on another fantastic tree lounge hunt.
Hey, it's about midday. I've got my tree lounge set up on this tree here. I'm going to climb up about 20 feet, and when I get up there, I'll be able to see this whole area. And behind me here is a big cane thicket, as you can see, that runs out here toward the back of a field. There's an old farm up here, and I believe these deer have been feeding in the back of these fields late in the evenings like this. Off to my left, there's another thicket. There's all kind of trails crossing here. It's just really an excellent spot. I believe it's going to be a good evening. Now, off to my right here is another thicket. I can see this whole area. You know, late in the season like this, you really can't rely on the post rut. You got to figure on the feeding situation. I believe I'm in a good spot. Hey, let's go hunt.
During late season in many areas, deer are skittish and spooked from hunting pressure. It's important this time of year to hunt high and climb quietly, especially if you're hunting close to active trails like I am today. After about an hour in my tree lounge, a young buck came along and put on a real show by horning a tree right in front of me. This buck will be a shooter in another year or so.
There's some deer. There's a buck. That's a good buck. Shot it. He's hit. That's a good buck. He's hit right there behind those canes and went down right there. Let's get down and go to it. Yeah, he's down. That is a nice buck. Look at there. Beautiful rack, good and high and wide. I'll tell you what, this old buck came out and gave me a perfect shot. He stopped right there. There was a couple of does with him. I guess they were heading to this feeding area over here. There's a field behind me here, and they were coming right into it on that trail. That just goes to show you, if you key in on the trails between the bedding areas and the feeding areas, it'll pay off. Look at this beautiful buck. I really had a great hunt.
As one of today's sophisticated hunters, you need all the information you can get when making a purchase as important as your tree stand. This video was produced with that in mind. When using the tree lounge, you'll notice features and characteristics distinctive to this stand and no other. That's why the tree lounge has been awarded a United States patent. These features will generally fall under the following three categories: comfort, safety, and success. The tree lounge is famous for its comfort, boasts unequal safety features, and tree lounge owners usually enjoy a higher success rate.
As you study our materials, please remember, you will be satisfied with your tree lounge or you will get your money back. There is no risk to you.
After this hunt with Dean, we will detail for you the many advantages you will enjoy as a tree lounge owner.
Hey, it's late morning. I've been scouting for a couple of hours. I found an excellent spot to set up. If you look behind me, you can see a big red oak tree here, right on the wood line. I'm going to take my tree lounge and climb up about 20 or 25 feet high. From that point, I'll be able to shoot this whole field. Now, for several hundred acres, there's milo as well as oats and wheat. And these deer are using these fields late in the evening. They're coming in to eat this milo and wheat and so forth. There's all kind of trails coming in. I found some giant row trees. It looks like maybe a big buck or two is using this area. There's a lot of pawns. Now, the rut is in full swing. Hopefully, I can get a doe or two out in the field, and that may help draw a big buck out before it's too late to shoot. Should be a great evening.
When the rut is in full swing, it's wise to climb into your tree lounge during midday, especially in open areas or farm country. Hey, let's go hunting.
There's a deer. coming into the field. She's coming right in from that main trail right there. That's a good mature doe. That's exactly what I want in this situation. Get some does in the field. Just watch her a minute. There's a deer behind her. That's a buck back in the woods. He's coming in the field. That's a good buck. That is a big buck. He's running that doe. He's chasing that doe. He's hit. He's down. He's down right in the edge of the woods. Look at that tree shaking. He's down right there. That's a good buck. Let me get down and go to him. This old buck fell right in the edge of the woods. There he is. Oh, look at this buck. Oh, this is a big buck. He's down. Look at this buck. Wow. If I can get him out. Oh, this buck is over 200 on the hoof. Look at that rack. Isn't that something? Big, massive 10-pointer. Oh, he's got one broke off. Would have been 11-pointer. Real gnarly. Look at the neck on this buck. Man, I'll tell you, there's nothing like hunting farm country in late fall. I have really had a great hunt. Hey, I knew there was a lot of trails here. There's been a lot of rubs. I could tell there were several bucks in the area, but I didn't know there was one this big. This is really a fine buck. Getting that stand set up just right really paid off.
Hunting with the tree lounge gives a hunter many advantages, which can help make tree stand hunting safe, enjoyable, and successful. The first advantage is comfort.
When hunting, it's probably very cold and you may even be wet. The wind could be howling. After a while, your backside's starting to hurt. You can take it no longer. You head back to camp to nurse your sore backside, get warm, and have something to eat.
Trouble is, you'll see no deer in camp.
By moving in and out of your hunting area, you probably have spooked any deer close by. You may wonder if all the money and effort you've invested in your hunt was worth it. Or even worse, you've given in to the notion that hunting is uncomfortable and you just have to put up with it.
There are tens of thousands of tree lounge owners that know that this is simply not true.
Tree lounge owners avoid these types of problems. Many hunt from dawn till dusk, especially during the rut when they can see trophy bucks at any time during the day. They do not disturb their hunting area by moving in and out. They hunt with confidence because they know the advantages of using the tree lounge are greatly increasing their chances of seeing or shooting deer. They're not physically hurting. They may have even taken a nap in total comfort because of the sling seat design and used their comfort pads and pillow. They're not hungry because they took an ample supply of food and drink in their tree lounge utility pack. They've been able to stand up and stretch because of their bow hunting adapter, which works great for gun hunting or bow hunting. If it looks like rain, they're protected by their lounge-brella or sniper shack. Their arms are not tired from holding their gun or bow. They've been ready at their side in the tree lounge gun or bow holders. They're not bored because they've marveled at the beauty of undisturbed nature all day. In fact, even if they don't see a deer, they've had a great time.
This is the way tree stand hunting should be. Now, let's join Dean.
This is the tree I'm going to be hunting in tomorrow. I'm going to climb up before daylight about 25 feet high in my tree lounge. My plan is to get up there and hunt all day long. You know, with a rut on like this, I should be able to see deer all during the day. I've got a great area here. There's a great food source, a lot of acorns, a lot of browse. There's trails, there's rubs, there's ponds everywhere. I'm sure there's a lot of bucks here. It's thick as well as open, and I should be able to see a long area once they get up. I'm really looking forward to the marsh hunt.
Hunting during the rut is the most exciting time of the season to hunt whitetails. During the peak of the rut, I spend all day long in my tree lounge. I've harvested a lot of nice bucks during the midday due to the rut. Each year during the rut, I get the opportunity to pass up numbers of young bucks, like this 8-pointer that comes right under my stand.
There's a deer. That's a buck running a doe. There's 2 does. That's a big buck. There's 2 bucks. There's 3 bucks. Boy, they're rutting hard right here. Look at this. That brush is awful thick. When he goes out of that brush, I'm going to try to get a shot. Look at him running that doe. There's 3 bucks and 2 or 3 does are running all over this place. That 1 buck's a good buck. They are really rutting. Look at this. Look at them run those does. Come on around, come on around. A little further. Oh, that's a good buck. That's a big buck. He's been running this doe all around out here. He's rutting strong. He's down right there. That is a big mature buck. Let's get out and go to him. Look at this buck. What a rack. Look at that. Look at the bases on these antlers. They must be 7.5 or 8 inches around. Look how gnarly that is. That's a big wide spread. Heavy mass. Look at those G2s, probably 10 or 11 inches long. This old buck's in the rut. Look at his swell neck. He probably goes better than 200 pounds on the hoof, I'll tell you. This buck and a couple more bucks were running a group of does around. You know, the rut's in full swing, and they were running these does all through this brush. And as soon as I saw this buck, I knew I wanted to take him, but I couldn't ever get him to stop in the open long enough to get a shot. And finally, after running around and around, he stopped and gave me a shot at him, and I was able to harvest him. I tell you, this has been a great hunt. You know, I think the success to this hunt today was for me to get in that tree lounge and hunt high. I've been there all day long. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I've seen a lot of deer today, and it has really paid off. Got him.
Dean shot this nice buck in the middle of the day during the rut. Without the comfort of the tree lounge, he may not have been in his stand when this buck came by. Now let's join Whit Whittle as he demonstrates why the tree lounge is considered the most comfortable stand in the world today.
When the tree lounge was designed, it was designed with comfort in mind, and it truly is the most comfortable tree stand on the market.
You don't have to tell me, Dean. I've been working with tree lounge for over 20 years now, and I've seen them all. They just don't come any better than this. Comfort is just phenomenal.
That's true, and a lot of it is due to the sling seat design. Now, you're sitting there on the chill pad in the sling seat design. How does it feel on your back?
It's wonderful. This is design that came about from like the old deck chairs they used to have on ships. We put a lot of hunters back into hunting who had given it up because of bad backs. You can sit upright if you want to be alert, or you can get as comfortable as you'd like to be. You can even sleep in it if you like.
Well, we'll hear a lot of that now. You know, there's nothing like hunting all morning, taking a quick nap, and then continuing to hunt all day. The tree lounge is truly a hunt all day stand, and that adds up to success because, you know, during the rut, a lot of those old bucks are moving during the midday.
If you're going to be a successful hunter, you're going to have to spend the time in the woods and stay in your tree stand, and you can do that with a tree lounge. And if you're going to get Mr. Bighorns, you're going to have to spend the time in the woods, and you've got to be comfortable if you're going to do that.
And what does comfort add up to?
Success.
This stand is no doubt one of the safest and most comfortable stands on the market today.
With the tree lounge, you can sit all day long, just like in your recliner home.
The tree lounge is about the most comfortable tree stand that I've ever sat in.
The tree lounge is the most comfortable stand you'll ever want to use to hunt.
The tree lounge allows me to climb and be comfortable during the rut, where I can hunt all day, I can carry my lunch, change the clothes, and I can be comfortable from daylight to dark.
Tree lounge allows me to stay in my stand from daylight to dark if I feel like it. In perfect comfort. There's no other stand in the marketplace that is as comfortable as that tree lounge. First 2 deer I got last year, I shot out of it, and it's about like sitting in a living room chair, and it's real comfortable. It really is.
Tree lounge is great for an all-day hunt. A lot of times you get out in the woods and any other type of stand, you got to get down midday and take a break. Tree lounge, I get up there a couple meals for the day, enough water supply, and I get to stay up there all day long. That's really nice, especially when other hunters are getting down out of their tree stands. I get to see a lot more deer during the midday.
Matter of fact, a bunch of times I've fallen asleep in the tree lounge before. They're real, like I said, they're real comfortable. Can't beat it.
In the tree lounge, I'm able to hunt all day. I have back problems, scoliosis, and with that, I've never found a tree stand that I'm able to hunt all day long in with the comfort that I am in the tree lounge. I couldn't imagine one being any more comfortable and more safe.
There are many climbing tree stands on the market to choose from, but when it comes to safety, tree lounge is #1.
There are 4 major causes of tree stand accidents. 1, a tree stand slips because it does not have enough tree holding ability. 2, a hunter loses his balance and falls out of his stand. 3, a hunter falls out of his stand while sleeping. 4, a tree stand breaks because of poor design or construction. The tree lounge is designed to eliminate all 4 of these major causes of tree stand accidents. And when you're out in the woods alone and you're climbing 20, 30, or even 40 feet high, it's nice to know that you have a tree stand that will not slip or break and that you cannot fall out of. The tree lounge is designed to support 1,000 pounds of static weight. However, for safety reasons, the tree lounge is not recommended for hunters who weigh over 280 pounds. The tree lounge has excellent stability, as you can see in this demonstration by Bob shifting his whole body back and forth on a metal pole. The tree lounge safety side rails make it almost impossible to fall out of. A hunter is supported by a sling seat between 2 side rails when climbing or in the hunting position. Even if you happen to nod off, you'll be safe. The tree lounge has a unique safety belt system. The belt attaches to the stand and not the tree. Unlike other stands, this allows the hunter to wear his safety belt whether climbing, in the hunting position, or coming down the tree. Every single tree lounge is stress tested before it's packaged and shipped to you and has been certified safe by the Tree Stand Manufacturers Association. Every stand comes with an extensive owner's manual. We've gone the extra mile and produced a detailed safety and use video which clearly demonstrates how to properly and safely use your tree lounge. It's provided free with each order. Should you have any questions about safety or the use of your stand, you can always call us. We'll spend as much time with you as needed, answering all of your questions and sharing safety tips with you. We know that you owe it to yourself and your family to find the safest tree stand available, and you can rest assured when it comes to climbing stands, most people agree the Tree Lounge is the safest stand on the market today.
Each and every tree lounge customer becomes part of the tree lounge family, and they're treated that way. Your safety is our #1 priority, and that's why we were glad to donate nearly 200,000 tree stand safety training tapes, which were distributed through hunter education courses. Remember, safety first. Now, let's join Dean.
I've got my tree lounge set up on this big hardwood tree right on the edge of this wheat field. When I climb up about 20 feet or so, I'll be able to see this whole corner down here and hopefully get a shot at one close. As you can see behind me, this field runs several hundred yards this way, but look how dreary and foggy it is this evening. It's been raining, it's really nasty and cold. Off to my right here is a big thicket of hardwoods. There's all kind of swamps and just really great buck country. I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of sign in here. I found all kind of trails, found some good horn trees, a lot of pawns. I believe there's several good bucks using this area. Now I think right at dark this evening, they'll probably come out into this wheat. That's what I'm hoping for. On my right here, this corner narrows down. It's only about 150 yards wide here in this corner. I'm hoping that they'll be crossing and coming to this field right here in front of me. So I'm really looking forward to this evening's hunt. Hey, let's go hunt.
Hunting farmland bucks during late fall has always been productive for me over the years. The key to success here is to find where the deer are coming into the fields, locate a tree that gives you a good view of the area, climb high, relax, and wait. Hunting high will usually double or even triple the area you can see. It's simple logic. Cover more area and see more deer.
There's a deer. That's a buck. That's a good buck. He's in there. He's right in the edge of the woods. Yeah, that's a good buck. He's coming in the field. I get a shot at him. He's hit. He's down. Look at that body. Gosh, this is a nice buck. Look at that rack. Isn't this something? Perfect 10-pointer. Isn't that beautiful? Gosh, I tell you what, it's been a great evening. You know, hunting these food plots and wheat fields like this time of year is absolutely a ball. This buck came out right before dark, had a couple of does with him, and he came out way out, probably 350, 400 yards, and then he kept working closer and closer. He got within about 250 yards, and it was getting dark, and I knew I had to take a shot. I tell you, it's been a great hunt. I really had a good time. Look at this buck.
Even though Dean was hunting during foggy, wet, and cold conditions, he could still hunt with confidence, knowing his tree lounge would not slip on the wet tree and that he was safe sitting between the safety side rails. Now let's join Whit Whittle as he demonstrates some of the tree lounge safety features.
Hey, most professionals agree that the tree lounge is the safest tree stand that a hunter can own. Isn't that right, Whit?
You bet it is, Dean, and there are many, many features of the tree lounge that provide that safety. Number one, when you leave the ground, you are already in the tree lounge, facing the tree with these side rails here to give you that protection. 70% of tree stand accidents occur when the hunter is climbing. The safety belt for the tree lounge is attached to the stand. You do not have to attach it to the tree. 90% of the tree stand hunters won't put their safety belt on until they're already up to their hunting height. You got your safety belt before you leave the ground, and you don't take it off until you're back on the ground. Another big feature of the tree stand's phenomenal holding ability is by having the V-bar here on your side of the tree. Most tree stands have that V-bar on the wrong side. By having it on the front, it gives you phenomenal tree gripping ability, and it also allows you to be able to move anywhere on the stand, and it will not shift.
That's true. I've never seen a stand that grips a tree, that is stable on a tree, and is safe as a tree lounge.
Now, the most important feature here also is the quietness of the stand, because you're able to move around, and if you happen to have to shift to get a shot behind the tree, the stand is not going to move. So not only is it a safety feature, it is a quiet feature as well.
And I am an avid bow hunter, and I feel safer in that tree stand bow hunting out of it than any other tree stand I've ever hunted out of in my entire life. And I've been hunting about 30 years.
The thing that I like about the tree lounge the best is the safety of it. My hunters have no trouble getting up into them. I've been using tree lounge now probably for the last 7, 8 years. I've never had a problem with hunters falling out of them, anything.
I especially like
the ease with which it climbs. And then once you're in the tree, which is where you spend most of your time during the day, you feel real safe. When you have a lot of confidence in your equipment, I think you're going to hunt better.
The tree lounge is a real safe product. I'm able to hunt high, comfortably, and safely all day long. I feel safe enough to be able to sleep in the tree stand, to stay in there all day. My wife doesn't worry about me when I'm hunting out of the tree lounge.
You know, when you're in that thing, you're between them rails in that swing seat, you're real comfortable, you feel real safe, even if you, like, roll over to the side or something, you never feel like you're going to fall out of it.
Safe. That's my main thing about it, is how safe and how simple the tree lounge is.
The tree lounge has got to be the safest stand, first of all. That's one of the biggest selling points for me. My wife is a big advocate of safety, and she worries about us when we're out in the woods. And so bought the tree lounge because we looked at the video together and saw that it was the safest, definitely the safest tree stand out in the market.
Climb up, there's no slippage, you can stand up, it don't move, you just feel totally safe. You can go 30, 40, 50 feet.
Hunting with the tree lounge helps take the hassle out of tree stand hunting. And heck, if Margaret can do it, anybody can.
The tree lounge telescopes into a compact unit for easy carrying. It slips on your back like a backpack. It takes just a couple of minutes to attach the tree lounge and foot climber to a suitable tree. Climbing with the tree lounge is safe and easy, for it uses a sit-down, stand-up method of climbing. Once you've reached your desired height in a tree, to turn around, place your right knee in the seat. Pivot on this knee. Place your left foot on the footrest, then place your right foot on the footrest.
Like Bob said, if I can do it, so can you. Now let's join Whit and Dee for a demonstration.
Hey, from carrying to climbing to hunting position, the tree lounge is really user-friendly. It's really easy to set up. Whit, why don't you demonstrate that for us?
I'll be glad to, Dean. First off, it's nicely balanced, it's comfortable, and easy to carry. Simple to get out of. Now we're going to put it on the tree and do some climbing.
That bungee cord holds it together nicely.
Keeps it tight, keeps the thing from rattling around when you're carrying it on your shoulders.
So I notice you're taking the plastic knobs off.
Yeah, these are
while it's still against the tree lounge.
These
for the
feeder
climb.
knobs, yeah, keeps it simple and easy to operate. We'll go ahead and put this in position. Turn the tree lounge upside down. Take your other set of knobs loose. Now we'll take your carry straps loose and just let them fall. Let the tree lounge telescope, hold it in one hand, just walk up on the tree with it. Holding the stand level, bring the back bar in as close as you can to the back of the tree. If you can't get it in one set of holes, just back up one. It'll stay right there on its own. We'll go ahead and put our knobs back on. Your carry straps also double the security for your foot climber. We'll drop them down to the small triangle. Now we'll attach it to the foot climber.
Now those straps, should your foot climber fall or something, you can retrieve it.
Yeah,
is that correct?
You don't want to lose that. You lose your foot climber, you join the Red Belly Club.
I've been a member of that back in the old days.
Put these knobs back on. And once that's on, take your carry straps and bring them around the outside. That'll prevent it from sliding in here and getting pinched when you're climbing it. And we're ready to go.
Well, that was quick and easy.
Telescope to stand out fully. Climb in. Put your safety belt on before you start up the tree. The balance of the tree lounge is here. Simply pick it up at its balance point and sit down. You got no bungee cords or straps sitting in foot climber. Stand up, lift the tree lounge. Turning around is simple. Let your foot climber down against the straps so it doesn't fall later. Do a half turn and sit up on the bar. One knee in the seat. And we're ready for hunting.
With that was only 3 minutes and 41 seconds. That included carrying, setting up, climbing, and getting into hunting position. I don't think there's another stand on the market that can be set up that quick and easy. Hey, that's phenomenal. Now let's go hunting. Look where this old buck has rubbed this tree. I'll tell you, this is an excellent spot. There's no doubt there's a big buck here, probably several bucks. There's plenty of sign here. I'm gonna hunt this little opening right here, and definitely looking forward to tomorrow's hunt. I think I'm gonna put my tree lounge in that tree right there. That's a good looking spot. This morning started out just like my previous location, with a young buck moving through my area. This is common during the rut. I've seen signs of a mature buck, so I'm just going to kick back in my tree lounge, be patient, and enjoy my hunt. Patience has paid off again. It's mid-afternoon. I've been in my tree lounge since before daylight, and finally, out of nowhere, the mature buck that I knew was in the area walks right in front of me. Good buck right there. Let me get in and go too. That's a good buck. He's down. Look at the size of this buck. Isn't that a beautiful rack? Look how tall it is. Look at those brow tines. That's a big 10-pointer with G2 forks, 12-pointer. Isn't that something? I knew there was a big mature buck in this area. He had these trees torn up and there's pawns everywhere. You know, with a rut on like this, it's a lot of fun to hunt these big bucks and just stay in your stand all day. Now, I've seen several smaller bucks today, and it's mid-afternoon. This buck came in trailing the doe evidently late in the afternoon like this. I've been in that tree lounge since daylight. It couldn't get any better. I've really had a ball. Recently, I joined Bob for a very unusual demonstration. You'll see that the tree lounge is so easy to use, it's almost foolproof. Check this out.
Oh, no.
He's got to be very careful. You have to be careful when you're climbing with these things. You know that?
I see that. Oh, man. Bob, I tell you what, you're always fun to be around. What you did demonstrate was if you was in most conventional stands, you'd have slid out of that tree straight out.
I have no problem at all with the tree lounge.
Look how it holds. You can turn that thing any way you want to,
well,
and it's got the tree holding the
You set it like that, set up here, you think it would slip. It doesn't.
Incredible. Incredible. You can literally walk completely around the frame of this tree lounge, and it will not slip, even on a metal pole.
It doesn't shift at all.
Exactly. You know, not to mention all the other advantages, like being able to shoot 360 degrees with a tree lounge, comfort, the list goes on and on.
You got about 22 major advantages.
Well, I like the tree lounge. It's lightweight, easy to carry, easy to climb with. The reason why I like to use it is it's easy to set up. You can normally set it up in 2 to 3 minutes, and that's in the dark.
It's easy to carry, folds up easy. The tree lounge, so easy to climb with. It's just simple. So the tree lounge is very, very easy to carry. You've got backpack straps that, you know, have on it, and it folds up into a little, almost like an accordion, and you strap it on your back and walk from one location to another, and it's easy to assemble. You just pull it out, it telescopes out, hook it on the tree, away you go. See, it's very easy to get up the tree with it. And it's very, very comfortable to carry through the woods. There's not much hanging off the back of you.
It's compact, it's comfortable, it doesn't ride you anywhere. It's good, easy to put on the tree, and it's easy to climb with.
The design of the tree lounge is completely different from all other climbing tree stands.
Our stand is guaranteed for satisfaction, and our workmanship is warranted. Every single stand is built with the highest quality control standards in place, with the most important family member in mind, you, the customer. Now, let's join Dean.
I've got my tree lamp set up on this tree here on the edge of this wheat field. Now behind me you can see this big swamp, and on the far side is this wood line where I found all these trails leading into this field. There's all kind of oats and wheat out here. This is an excellent food plot. In the evening time is when these deer hit the field. There's all kind of buck sign over there. I found horn trees, I found scrapes, trails everywhere. I'm really looking forward to this evening's hunt. I tell you what, I'm going to get up here and get set up and see what happens. Hey, let's go hunt.
Hunting food plots in farm country can be very productive for harvesting whitetail bucks, especially during late season. A key factor is to locate where trails come into the field. Once you find where the deer are coming in, back off about 100 yards or so, climb high, and wait. A flat shooting rifle is important, and the evenings is by far the most productive time to hunt. The mature bucks almost always come out right at dark.
There's a deer. That's a buck. That's a good buck. He's in the wood line. Across this wheat field here. About 150 yards. Walking in the woods just out of the field to my left. Yeah, that's a good buck. He's coming in the field. Oh, he's working further away. I'm gonna see if I can take a shot at him. He's hit. He's in the woods. He's down. He's down right in the edge of the woods. That is a good buck. He came out and walked all the way down that wood line and came out in the field, and I thought I'd watch him a minute, and then he started going away from me. He's hit good. He went down right in the edge of the woods. I tell you what, it's about dark. Let me get in right quick and get over there to him. Look at the size of this buck. Big old body. Look at that rack. Look at there. That is a huge 8-pointer. That must be 23 or 24-inch main beams. Look at this mass. This is a good mature buck. He's probably 5.5 or 6.5 years old. I'll tell you, hunting these food plots late in the evening like this is really productive. This little buck came out right at dark. It's almost dark. He hit the field and gave me a good shot. Look at there. I have really had a great hunt.
Many tree lounge advantages led to this successful hunt by Dean. He was mobile enough to find just the right tree, which he quickly and easily climbed. He was comfortable and safe enough to wait until this nice buck appeared. He was able to steady his shot, which was nearly 200 yards. You too can enjoy this kind of hunting success when you have the benefit of all the tree lounge advantages.
It's just, it's a great tool. You know, it's more than a tree stand. It's actually a hunting tool that any serious hunter will have one.
For the stability of it, the comfortability of it, the quietness is one of a kind. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
How many times have you heard that you should always place your stand downwind from where you expect to see deer? If you think about it, you'll realize that this is not always good advice.
This advice assumes that the wind always blows in the same direction. If you've ever sat around a campfire and tried to stay out of the smoke, you know that wind direction can change every few minutes. It also assumes you always know which direction the deer will come from. Any experienced hunter knows that deer often do the unexpected. They come from any direction at any time. Bob has a better method of handling the wind direction and scent problem.
Margaret and I hunt high enough that wind direction and scent is not a problem.
Hunting high also makes it less likely that deer will see you. This is especially true when the leaves have fallen or when hunting deer that have learned to look for tree stands. With many stands, you'll not hunt high because you just don't feel safe. And who can blame you? With the many tree lounge safety features, you'll have the confidence to safely hunt high out of deer scent and sight range. This will have a direct effect on your hunting success, as it did with Dean in the following hunt in southern Georgia.
Well, it's about midday. I've got my tree lamp set up on this big sweet gum tree. I'm going to climb up probably 22, 25 feet. And when I get up there, I'll be able to overlook this opening here in the swamp. This is a big opening right in the middle of a thick area. Behind me is a good cane thicket, all kind of palmetto bushes, and just good browse in here for deer. Plus, there's a lot of chestnut oak trees in here, and these bucks love to feed on these oak trees. There's all kind of trails, all kind of pawns, all kind of horn trees. This is an excellent spot. It ought to be a good afternoon. Hey, let's go hunting.
In addition to hunting high, it's important to place your stand where you will have the best view of your hunting area. Also, place your stand where the sun will be behind you. This will make it easier for you to see the deer, but will make it harder for them to see you.
There's a deer. It's a buck. That's a shooter buck. Come right in. That's a good buck. He's down right there. Let me get in and go to him. Yeah, he's down. Look at there. Look what a nice buck. That's a good 10-pointer, probably a 3.5-year-old buck. Earlier I saw some does in a younger buck that came right by me. I'll tell you, hunting this area with a feed like this, you know, got all these acorn trees here and a lot of trails, a lot of good buck sign, and the rut right on top of us. It didn't take long to get this buck. I only hunted probably an hour or so, and I set up in midday, so that goes to show you that hunting all day long sometimes really pays off. I've really had a great hunt.
If you're able to climb high to eliminate your scent factor, you feel very safe, and it gives you just top quality buck. The tree lines gives you a little more advance because you're so high up that even though sometimes the wind is blowing the wrong direction, you can just move around. They won't smell you anyway.
With the tree lounge, you will enjoy a 360-degree field of fire when gun hunting or bow hunting.
When hunting with the tree lounge, you don't have to ride off those deer that come in from behind your stand. In fact, shooting to the right rear or to the left rear are the easiest of all. This could mean the difference between success and failure of your next hunting trip.
This ability to shoot in any direction has made a big difference for Margaret and I. For almost half the deer that we have taken have been shot behind our tree stand. Now, let's join Dean on a float trip in the swamps of Louisiana.
One of my most productive hunting techniques, especially during late season like this, is to take a float trip into one of my favorite areas to hunt whitetails. Now here I have flooded timber that runs for several miles back here. There's all kind of islands back in there with a lot of whitetails on them. You know, it's late in the season, the post rut is on. There's already been a lot of hunting pressure on these deer, so this is ideal to try to find a good buck. Hey, it's mid-morning. I'm probably 2 miles back in these flooded swamps. In front of me here is a big island. It looks to be, you know, several hundred acres. There's a lot of hardwoods here. I can see some good thickets. I'm sure there's some good bucks on this island here. You know, with a post rut on like this, late season, I'm sure that I'm going to be able to find a lot of sign. I'm going to get out and look around and scout and see if I can find a place to put my tree lands. Hey, I've got my tree land set up on this big hardwood tree. When I get up about 20 feet, I'll be able to see this whole area. And all around me is a lot of cane thickets. There's a lot of good bedding areas. I found a lot of browse area, I think, where these deer have been feeding in the afternoons. I've also found some good post-rut sign. I found a couple of fresh scrapes and some old horn trees where it looks like maybe there's a good buck in this area. I'm really excited about this afternoon's hunt. Hey, let's go hunting. There's a deer. That's a buck. That's a good buck. That buck is circling over. He's in that thick brush. He's going to come out in that opening right there. He's down right there. He's down. That's a good buck. Whew. Let me get in and go to him. That's a good buck. He's down. Look at this buck. Big old body. Big, heavy horned 8-pointer. Look how rough that is. This buck is probably 4.5 years old. I'll tell you, hunting the late season post-rut like this sometimes is a lot of fun. I was able to find some good thickets where they were bedding and a lot of browse in here where they've been feeding through here, and it's really paid off. I was able to do a float trip and get back into these swamps where there's not a lot of hunting pressure. I have really had a great hunt. Look at this buck.
Dean's ability to shoot to his left rear was an important advantage in this successful hunt. In many other stands, he would not have been able to make this shot. Now let's join Dean and Whit for a demonstration.
Which, you know, being able to shoot in any direction is very important when it comes to hunting. And the Tree Lounge offers a 360-degree field of fire. Why don't you demonstrate that for me?
I sure will, Dean. Not only that, you can do it with a rest aim 360 degrees. Shooting to the front is quite simple, and virtually every part of my body is braced. You get a really accurate shot to the front, to the left side. For a rear shot, you can take your arm under the side rail and just roll in the seat. Since the tree lounge won't shift, there's no noise. Shoot to the rear, to the left rear. And the most difficult shot for most right-hand hunters is to shoot to the right-hand side.
By far, yes.
Just shift your weight with a knee in the seat, and you got a rest aim shot to the right side.
How about that? Any position you want to shoot in, the Tree Lounge allows that very easily. You make it look so easy, and it is easy.
It is very easy.
You know, I hunt just about every day during the fall, and we've had deer come in from every direction, and normally it's from behind. Always the big bucks come from behind.
If he's got big horns, that's where he's going to be.
That's it, and the Tree Lounge makes it awful easy. You know something else that's easy? It's shooting 360 degrees with the bow. The bow adapter allows that.
You bet it does.
With the bow hunting adapter, it's one of my favorite accessories for the Tree Lounge. It attaches very easily to the Tree Lounge. It allows you to stand up hands-free, and it offers a 360-degree field of fire for the bow hunter. Would you demonstrate that for me?
Surely will, Dean. As you say, stand up without using your hands. You can turn and shoot anywhere around the stand. 360 degrees.
And just like we said before, the big buck always comes from behind.
You
Seems
got
to
it.
never fail. That really makes hunting easy. I really enjoy the bow hunting adapter. I use it for gun hunting, bow hunting. I just about keep it on my stand all the time. You know, it just not only shooting, but just comfort in standing up and stretching.
This stand here is one of the most comfortable stands I've ever sat in. The field of fire is 360 degrees in both angles. It's got a platform you can use to bow hunt out of. It's just a really nice stand.
Well, as most hunters know, you get up into a tree, you don't know where the deer are coming from. And the tree lounge advantage is it doesn't matter where the deer is coming from. I've turned around and had to reach behind me a little bit, and I felt real comfortable doing that, safe. The tree lounge didn't make a noise, and I was able to get shots off that ordinarily I would never been able to get off.
It's exceptionally suitable for shooting out of in any direction. I mean, to the right, to the left, forward, behind you. It doesn't matter. Just any direction a deer comes in, you never have to question yourself of whether you can make this shot because you've got some means of resting, whether it's on the side rails, the back rails. Put your feet up on your bottom rail and lean forward and use your knees. It's just it's a great tool.
Very stable. That's one thing I really liked about it. Had a deer come up behind me, and I was able just to flop around, get a nice shot off on it. Didn't move, didn't creak, didn't do anything. Did everything that you can ask for.
The best thing I like about this stand is you can look at 360 around the tree. You're not limited to just looking. You're looking from side to side. You actually can turn around in this thing and shoot behind you. That's one of the neat things about this stand. You can get up on your knee and shoot behind you. Any deer that's back there, you hear coming, a lot of other stands you can't turn around because the tree is in your way. This thing, you can get up on a knee, swivel around, and shoot that bugger right behind the tree, and it's excellent for that.
The tree lounge offers the best value of any tree stand on the market today. In fact, it's probably the last tree stand that you will ever buy.
Wouldn't it be worth a few dollars per hunt to enjoy all of the benefits of owning the finest climbing tree stand in the world today? The tree lounge will last you a lifetime, and just think how many times you'll hunt for the rest of your life. The tree lounge is built in such a way that it's virtually indestructible and will be around for decades. We've even heard of tree lounges passed on in wills. This is our point. If you spread the investment you make in a tree lounge over a lifetime of use, then factor in the safety, comfort, and all the features that are going to improve your hunting success, it becomes pretty clear that the tree lounge offers you the best value of any stand you can purchase today.
If you don't agree, send it back and I will happily refund your money. Now, let's join Dean.
Hey, it's about midday. I've got my tree lounge set up on this hardwood tree in this pocket. If you look out here, you can see this field that I'm overlooking. You know, I can probably see 300 yards across to the wood line on the far side. There's all kind of trails that cross in here. And these deer are hitting these fields late in the evening. There's a wheat field beyond this field, so I think they're going over there. I found all kind of scrapes and rub trees everywhere. This is a good spot. It looks like there's several bucks using the area, and I've seen signs of a big buck too. I'm going to climb up about 20 feet or so, and I'll overlook this whole area. Should be a good evening. Hey, let's go hunt.
Stand location is important when hunting farm country. Select a spot that allows you to watch the edges of a field and is near main trails leading to and from the area you are hunting. Set up your tree lounge off to one side, as I've done today. And I've learned over the years that the evenings are always more productive than the mornings.
There's a buck in the wood line. He's coming out. That is a beautiful buck. Look at that rack. He's coming into the field. That is a fine buck. I'm going to watch him for a minute. That buck is going into the wood line. Let me take a shot. He's hit. He's down right there. He's hit. He went down inside the wood line. He probably went 10 yards inside the woods and fell. That's a good buck. Let me get down and go to him. That's a good buck. This old buck barely made it to the inside the wood line here. Look what a beautiful rack. Isn't this something? Good high rack. Look at these G2s. Brow tines. This is a good mature whitetail. I'll tell you, hunting this agricultural country really pays off. You get the right setup, find where the deer hit in the field, and look here what I got. I've had a great hunt. What a buck.
You too can enjoy hunting success like this year after year with your tree lounge. When you start racking up trophy bucks like this, you'll become a firm believer that the Tree Lounge offers the best value of any stand on the market today.
I gun hunt out of it, I bow hunt out of it, but my bow adapter allows me to stay in that tree from before daylight until after dark and not even have to come out of it. I can eat lunch in there, I can sleep, I don't have to go in and out of the woods, scatter and scent. I can sit there while everybody else goes in and out of the woods and they'll push deer to me. Well, as far as I'm concerned, Tree Lounge is the finest stand ever been built because we've handled, on the shop, we get a chance to try out a lot of tree stands. We have salesmen come by every day. How about carry this stand? Well, I'll look at it and I can critique a stand right quick and tell them what's either right or wrong with it. Tree Lounge haven't found anything wrong with it.
Another very important advantage of hunting with the Tree Lounge is that it lets you shoot with a rest aim.
For most hunters, shooting with the rest aim can easily double their effective range. By doubling your range, you effectively increase the area you cover by 400%. The unique design of the Tree Lounge allows you to use your knees and the back and side rails to steady your shot. You'll be able to shoot effectively, we believe, 200 yards or more in any direction for a clean, one-shot ethical harvest.
When you finally get a chance to shoot that buck of a lifetime, you'll be glad you can steady your shot in any direction. Take notice of how Dean makes use of a rest aim in this upcoming hunt.
Hey, I've got a great spot picked out to hunt this afternoon. Over here is a long point covered with pine trees that runs out over this draw down below. I can shoot that far mountain plus everything in the draw below me. And off to my left right here is another draw that kind of hooks around this other point. I can see several hundred yards up that way should a buck come from there. And down on this mountainside in the bottom here, there's all kind of buck sign. There's trails everywhere, there's rubs. It's obvious that there's a lot of bucks in this area. Hey, it's mid-afternoon. I've got my tree lamp set up on this pine out on this point. I can see this whole area. It's cooling off quick. The deer are going to be moving soon. It's going to be a great evening. Hey, let's go hunt. There's a buck. There's two bucks. There's several bucks. One of them's a shooter. Let's get a shot. He's hit. Yeah, he's down. Let me get in and go to him. Yeah, he's down. Look at the size of this buck. Oh, that is a real dandy. Look at those forks. Good spread, good high rack, white tips. He is really beautiful. I tell you what, I have had a great hunt. There's a lot of bucks like this in this country.
Dean was able to bring down this huge Montana mule deer with one shot at a long distance from across the valley. Being able to shoot with a rest aim was a key factor in this one-shot ethical harvest. With the new Tree Lounge utility rail, this advantage is even further enhanced. Just the kind of innovative thinking you expect from a company like Tree Lounge. Now let's join Dean and Whit.
Which, you know, being able to shoot accurately is very important when hunting, and by using the Tree Lounge, you can always get a rest aim. Now, what I mean by that is you can use your knees, your body, your elbows, the sidearm rails, anything to get a rest aim. I never shoot offhand. I always get some kind of rest aim, and it's very easy. Would you demonstrate that for us?
Indeed, Dean. You want to use everything at your disposal to get a good rest aim, and with the Tree Lounge, as you said, the side rails, your knees, your feet, anything that you can put together to brace and shoot in any direction. With a rest aim, shoot to the rear.
To the left rear.
To the left rear. Any way you want to go, you can have a rest aim with the Tree Lounge.
Very important for accurate hunting. Whit, new from Tree Lounge this year is the utility safety shooting rail. This rail is a 1 by 1 inch rail that wraps completely around the hunter and attaches easily to the Tree Lounge. It's vertically adjustable so you can keep it level or in a high position or low position at any time, no matter what angle the Tree Lounge is in. Now demonstrate how you can prop on this for accurate shooting. If you really want to do some pinpoint shooting, this rail allows that.
Oh,
now,
I like
isn't that something? And this rifle rest aim or Y bar attaches to the rail. You can really do some accurate shooting off of that. It also holds your gun holders, your bow holders, and really allows for accurate shooting at close or long range. The utility safety shooting rail.
Is I had to shoot directly behind my tree stand to shoot this deer through a sapling thicket that had hundreds of little saplings. I mean, the biggest area I could find to shoot him was about a 6-inch opening to him. And I laid my gun up on the backrest and just laid my crosshairs right up in that opening and waited for the buck to come, and I shot and killed him. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Tree Lounge killed this deer, not me.
Having good mobility can greatly improve a tree stand hunter's chances of seeing or shooting deer. The Tree Lounge gives you good mobility. The hunter who has mobility can spend his time in the very best place he can find. Here are some reasons a hunter would need to be mobile.
A hunter may want to rotate hunting sites. In most situations, a tree stand hunter will have a much better chance of seeing or shooting a deer if he will hunt a different area each day rather than hunt the same area day after day. A hunter may want to move to a newly discovered hotspot. The Tree Lounge climbing tree stand allows hunters to move to areas where there may be a considerable amount of fresh deer signs or a series of scrapes or rubs. Many successful hunters know that moving away from other hunters is a great way of improving their chances of shooting a big buck.
As you'll see, mobility was an important factor on this next hunt.
One of the most productive techniques for harvesting whitetails, especially big bucks, is to take a float trip down a waterway or a river to get into remote areas where deer have had very little hunting pressure. I do it every year, and I've had great luck season after season. I've got my boat in. It's about an hour after daylight. I'm going to paddle downriver 2 or 3 miles and find some big river bottom flats to see if we can find us a buck. I'm about 2.5 or 3 miles down the river from where I left my truck. You know, it's a lot of trouble to take a boat and get in these areas like this, but if you can find a remote area that's had very little hunting pressure, you can harvest a big buck. I've done it year after year, and some of the best whitetails I've ever taken has been by this technique. Now, this little John boat here works good, a canoe works good, but I'm not actually hunting from the boat. I'm just getting to the area where I'm going to hunt. I'm going to hunt right up here in front of me. There's a big river bottom flat. I'm going to take my Tree Lounge, get up there, find some good signs, set up, and hopefully it'll be a good evening. Hey, it's about mid-morning. I left my boat down here on the river about a 1/4 mile. Now, I'm in a big river bottom flat, a big hardwood flat here, and I got my Tree Lounge set up on this hardwood here. I'm going to climb up about 20 or 25 feet. From there, I'll be able to overlook this whole area. As you can see here, it's very thick on the ground. These palmettos offer a lot of cover for bucks. They can just ease through them and feel like they're hidden all the time. But once they get up, I should be able to shoot over into this stuff. Acres are falling. Hey, the rut is in full swing. It's mid-November. It couldn't be any better. It should be a great afternoon. Hey, let's go hunt.
The compact design of the Tree Lounge makes transporting and carrying easy in any hunting situation. In a remote area like I'm hunting today, that's an important advantage. Being able to get to your hunting site easily and noise-free adds up to success.
There's a buck. That's a good buck. Buck's coming right toward you. Oh, that's a big buck. He's hit. He's down. He's down. That is a big buck. Oh, that's a big buck. Let me get in and go to him. Oh, that's a good buck. He's down. There he is. This old buck ran about 60 yards. Oh, looky here, what a buck. Oh, this is a good buck. He's down. Look at that rack. Oh, isn't he beautiful? Look at the mess. Paul made it all the way up. Huge bases, big brow tines. Look at these sticker points off these G2s. That one's got 3 over there. Big fork on this G2. Look how wide that is. I'm telling you. Big, massive. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pointer. He has really been tearing up some trees too. Gosh, what a buck. Whole stocky face, big neck. That neck's probably 25 inches or better. This deer must weigh over 200 pounds. I'll tell you, this is the way you harvest big bucks, is get in the areas where they have a chance to grow. This buck is probably 5.5 years old, maybe 6.5. He is huge. I was able to take a float trip into these river bottoms where nobody hunts. I'm way back. This is a very desolate area. I took my boat and paddled in here, got out, took my tree lounge and climbed high, sat on some trails, the rut's in full swing, saw several bucks, and then this one came along. Hey, it's mid-afternoon. I got set up about mid-morning, and it didn't take long. Look how it paid off. I've had a great hunt.
It's pretty evident in this hunt that mobility was a major contributing factor to Dean's success. You, too, can enjoy this key advantage with your new tree lounge. In the following segment, Dean and Whit have a new product related to mobility that you need to know about.
Dean, this is the new tree lounge carry belt that we've come up with. We designed this after the military-style backpack frame. You know, those guys will carry 70 pounds and go on these 15-mile hikes. And for those hunters who travel great distances and up and down a lot of hills, this makes a huge difference. By carrying the weight off your shoulders and place it down here on your hips.
The carry belt carries some 80% of the weight of the tree lounge, and up here, these straps here, you simply tighten them up, and that's all you feel of the tree lounge. You really don't feel it at all on your back. It's really amazing. It's almost magical. I can't believe what a phenomenal product this is from Tree Lounge.
It makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does.
Tree Lounge is an easy stand to carry, packs up easy, unpacks easy, and it's real easy to attach to the tree.
Easy to carry because it's like a backpack. You can just put it on your back and carry it away. And once you get in the woods, you know, it only takes a couple minutes to get on your tree.
With the many, many accessories to choose from, you can configure your tree lounge in thousands of different ways.
With the Tree Lounge, you can design a stand exactly the way you want it. You also have the option to add accessories in the future. All Tree Lounge accessories were designed with your safety, comfort, and hunting success in mind.
The options of the Tree Lounge are almost endless, and the design you come up with will be your very own, suited to your hunting needs. Now, let's join Dean down in Texas.
Hey, I've got a great place picked out to hunt here. Look behind me at this big live oak tree. This tree must be 300 years old. There's an opening right up top there. I can set my tree lounge in and look out this way, yet have some cover from the deer side. Now on this side is this big sendero that runs several hundred yards down here. On either side of it, there's all kind of horn trees, there's all kind of trails, and it's just going to be an excellent spot because the rut is on. When the rut's on, you want to be able to see a long way, and this allows me to do that. And I think the key to success on this hunt is going to be to get my tree lounge up in this tree and sit all day long, because, you know, the rut, you can see a buck during the midday as well as in the morning or evening. So I'm really looking forward to this hunt. Let's get set up.
A couple of hours into my hunt, a mature buck slowly worked his way through the thick brush several hundred yards out. One quick look at this buck and I knew he was a shooter. Due to the distance and the thickness of the trees, I couldn't get a clean shot. With the rut in full swing, I decided to try to rattle him back into closer range. There he is, he's coming in.
I think I'm gonna take him. He's here. He's hit hard. Look at the size of this buck. Look at that rack. Look at there. That must be a 20 or 22 inch spread. That is something. This is an older buck. He's probably 5.5 or 6.5 years old. Big 8-point with a left GT fork right there. I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun to hunt these big deer during the rut like this. I knew there was a big buck here. He'd had the area torn up, and this is probably the one that was doing it. I've really had a great time.
The versatility of the tree lounge was evident in this hunt as Dean used the tree lounge as a fixed position stand.
Hey, it's true that the versatility of the tree lounge is unparalleled, and Tree Lounge has developed a new accessory that you've got to know about. It's called the leveler.
When I first started out, my tree lounge at the base of the tree was kind of level, and the higher I climb, due to the tapering of the tree, the more vertical it's getting into a really uncomfortable situation, which most climbing stands do. To use the leveler, I simply tilt my tree lounge forward, holding it with one hand at all times, and of course I've got my safety belt on, and I'm just reaching around, turning my leveler. It's real simple, it's real quiet. And see the bar coming forward? What it's doing is leveling my stand. And I just keep turning it till I get it in that position I want it in. And remember, this was replacing the back brace. Look at there, my stand has got to a comfortable position. Now I'm ready for hunting. The leveler from Tree Lounge, a great product.
There's hardly anything more exciting than harvesting truly trophy-sized bucks on a consistent basis. Listen to these stories from Tree Lounge owners. A few have found their way to the Boone and Crockett and the Pope and Young record books.
Every year, the nice folks at Tree Lounge receive hundreds of letters from satisfied Tree Lounge owners, and this is one of their favorites. This one comes from Paul T. Rodenbush of Chagrin Falls, Ohio, about his 12-year-old son, Gregory. Last season, Gregory Rodenbush harvested a non-typical 20-point whitetail buck that Green scored an impressive 233 points on the Boone and Crockett scoring system. This buck ranks as one of the largest whitetail bucks ever taken in Ohio. Gregory was using the Tree Lounge when he harvested this big buck, and the letter reads like this. Dear sirs, my son Gregory shot this big buck from my Tree Lounge, which I bought from you 3 years ago. I also got my biggest buck with the Tree Lounge 3 days after Greg shot his from the same tree. It was my second big buck from the Tree Lounge, and I have recommended it to everyone. Jeff Bowman of West Virginia experienced one of every whitetail hunter's dreams. He harvested a record buck, Pope and Young buck. Here's his story.
I was in my Tree Lounge, and it was Monday morning. It was really, really, really cold. I had had my tree nest and everything, and I was pretty well comfortable. And there came 2 does, and here come this big fella following him. I stood up. Tree lounge never made a sound, never knew I was there. Gave me a perfect 20-yard shot, busted him. I killed him with a bow, and at one time he was a state record, but he's failed a couple since then. He's number 4 now. I own and like the tree lounge because it's safe. I can stay in it all day. I can change clothes in it. I can take naps in it. It's easy to climb with. It's easy to carry. It helped me harvest this fine buck right here, and I would highly recommend it to anybody who's a serious deer hunter.
Recently, we packed up the crew and headed to one of the most popular hunting shows in the country, the Dixie Deer Classic. I was amazed at how many hunters there already owned a tree lounge and how eager they were to talk about it. Here's what they had to say.
Well, one, I can stay in my tree stand longer, and I'm a lot more comfortable so my back doesn't start hurting. And I've got a place to put my gun or my bow, and I don't have to hold it, and I feel safe in it, real safe in it. I think it's awesome. I think it's the best tree stand made. I really do.
It's the safest stand on the market. One reason I got them is I've had 2 back surgeries. A lot of these small stands I'm scared of. They're not put together very well. These with the telescopic, the safest stand made. You can't beat them. You stay up in the stand all day. You got the bow adapter. You can stand up, sit down, lay down, go to sleep. You got it all.
I fell out of a couple other stands before I bought my tree lounge, and since I bought the tree lounge, I feel secure, and it's great. It's the one to buy.
It feels like a lazy boy to me. I love it. I mean, it's got everything you need: your bow holder, gun holder, even storage underneath. I mean, you can just kick back and relax and just move very little and wait on your deer all day long.
I don't mind shooting distance. That's another thing about it, is that you adjust your angle as the tree gets smaller. You can scoot down. You can use your knees as rest, use your side rails as rest. That is so important for long shots.
And you would recommend a tree lounge to anybody?
Absolutely. I would definitely recommend a tree lounge over any stand made in the world.
Well, if nothing else, this is the most steady rest I've ever shot out of. I'd rather shoot off of this than off a bench rest. And I don't have the pulse. I don't have to worry. I can take my time and move real slow. I don't have to worry about slipping or making noise. It works for me. I won't hunt out of anything else now.
Most comfortable stand I've ever owned. After my first year hunting with it, I had 4 other tree stands and sold every one of them. I'm going to use this one until it wears out. When it wears out, I'm going to buy another one.
Easy to get on, easy to get off, easy to climb with. And I always look at that video. I figure if she can do it, I can do it.
You got it.
So it is. It's easy. It's a nice tree stand.
It's the best stand we've ever hunted out of. They're quiet. You don't have to worry about them slipping out of the tree. You can put them in any position you want. You sleep in them. You can hunt out of them. If your wife gets mad and throws you out of the house, you got a bed to sleep in.
It's safe, it's comfortable. If you sleep, that's the toughest part, staying awake. You get so comfortable up there. I don't mind hunting high in it, because it is safe. Best stand I've ever had.
Yes, for ladies, I would definitely recommend it because it's easy, it's safe, you feel secure when you're in it, you climb in it, it's very, very easy.
Well, compared to what I've used in the past, just the comfort is amazing. I just enjoy it. The other that I've used in the past is no comparison. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be able to stay up there all day compared to this. So I definitely recommend it.
I recommend it to everybody because all my friends have one. I've had one for 14 years. In fact, we bought 5 of them at the same time. And I enjoyed it. Stand-wise, you can't beat it.
This is right now the best.
Shoot-wise is steady, so I prefer it than any other stand I've ever had.
Durability. Don't make a lot of noise. You can move, whatever. Don't make no noise. Sit very comfortable.
You feel safe in it?
Oh, yeah. Feel real safe. The only tree stand I feel safe, to be honest with you, because you can roll over, you won't fall out. Stand up, you don't feel like you're going to fall out.
You can get down in there and a whole lot warmer when you got your pads on the side. You know, you sit there a lot longer.
Recommend them to anybody?
Anybody. If you ain't got one, you better get one.
When you purchase a product from Tree Lounge, you are either satisfied or you get your money back.
Because of our satisfaction guarantee, you can order from us with confidence. We've been in business for over 20 years and have thousands of repeat satisfied customers. We're a member of the Tree Stand Manufacturers Association and a longtime member in good standing with the Cumming Chamber of Commerce in Forsyth County, Georgia. If you buy a Tree Lounge from us and are not fully satisfied with it, simply return it to us within 30 days of the purchase for a full refund.
Don't forget, you are happy or your money back. You have my word on it.
This year, Tree Lounge is adding a few new products to their lineup.
In addition to a great climbing stand like the Tree Lounge, I believe every hunter needs to have a fixed position stand or two in their collection. We call ours the Locking Lounge.
And we didn't forget you, ground hunters.
Hey, we also have available the Ground Lounge portable tree seat. Now let me tell you about the Locking Lounge.
I've been hunting whitetails all over North America for over 3 decades, and I've teamed up with the nice folks at Tree Lounge to come up with a design that would meet the high standards of Tree Lounge quality.
The makers of the world-famous Tree Lounge have been asked for over a decade by thousands of satisfied Tree Lounge customers to manufacture and provide to hunters a fixed-position tree stand. After years of extensive research and development, it is finally here. The ultimate in hang-on tree stands, the Locking Lounge. First, the Locking Lounge is the most comfortable fixed-position tree stand on the market.
The Locking Lounge is the world's first hunt-all-day fixed-position tree stand.
Second, the Locking Lounge is the safest fixed-position tree stand a hunter can own.
As you'll soon see, the unique design of the Locking Lounge offers safety features that are simply not available to hunters today.
And finally, the Locking Lounge will result in success. And hey, as you'll soon see in this upcoming hunt, the Locking Lounge played a very important role by allowing me to set up in this hard-to-get-to brushy area.
Well, I've got my Locking Lounge set up here on this old poplar tree overlooking this old farmer's road. Now, this is an old road that cuts between 2 fields through a thick area. This is thick brush, but there's all kind of trails crossing here. There's scrapes all up this old road here. And this road is excellent because there's a lot of browsing here. These deer will be feeding through here. There's acorns falling. Not to mention the rut is in full swing. This is an excellent spot. I've set up here. I got this little tree here for cover. I can see all that in here. This is really good. I'm going to be here before daylight in the morning and see what happens. Those 2 bucks are sparring. Look at them. One is about a 2.5-year-old 8-pointer, and the other one is just about a 1.5 years old. There's some does.
There's a buck. That's a good buck. He's following those does. That is a good buck.
I hear some deer running. There's a doe. There's a big buck chasing that doe. Look at this, look at this, look at this. They ran right across this road. See if I can run them out. Got him. He's down right there. That's a good buck. Look at the size of this buck. He's down. He ran about 20 yards. Look at this rack. Gosh, look at there. This buck is a good mature whitetail. He's over 20 inches wide. Look at the mass on this buck. I'll tell you, there's nothing like hunting a rut. It's been an exciting morning. You know, I was able to get my locking lamb set up yesterday, get in there before daylight this morning, and early I saw two young bucks sparring, saw some does, and this buck came running a doe down the road and into the brush, so I had to do some grunting. Finally, I grunted him back out and got him across the little log road, and I stopped him with a grunt call and was able to take him. I've had a great hunt. When hunters think of tree lounge, they think of comfort, and the locking lounge is no different. It's the world's first all-day fixed position stand. The locking lounge utilizes the same sling seat design as its climbing brother, the tree lounge. The unique trifold seat system allows a hunter to expand his platform to stand and stretch. It also adjusts vertically, allowing extra leg comfort for hunters of any height. It's amazing what a difference a footrest can make, and of course the locking lounge utility rail provides the hunter with one. You'll also be able to rest your arms, and it holds many of the locking lounge accessories. The waterproof seat pad provides you with additional comfort. The locking lounge folds up like a backpack for easy carrying and transporting. These features add up to comfort, just the kind of thinking you come to expect from a company like Tree Lounge. Now check out this exciting locking lounge hunt. Hey, it's early afternoon. I've got my locking lounge set up here in this hardwood tree. From here, I can overlook this whole area. Now, this is a bunch of hardwoods. There's acorns falling, as well as the rut is on, the peak of the rut is on right now. So hopefully we'll see some does working through here and some bucks after them. I found a lot of buck sign, found a lot of scrapes, a lot of rubs, signs of a pretty good buck or two. Plus, there's a lot of trails crossing this area. It's not only good browse, but it's just a good area because it's got thickets nearby as well as little open areas here. This is a great spot. It should be a good evening. Hey, let's go hunt.
The afternoon passed quickly in the comfort of my locking lounge, but about 4 o'clock in the evening, the action started.
There's a good buck coming in. He's down right there. That buck came right out in front of me. That's a pretty good buck. Let me get down and go to him. Yeah, this is a good buck. This old buck went down as soon as I shot. I'll tell you, look at there. That's a good wide spread. This old buck came in real fast. He'd been running a doe. There's a doe went by out in front of me. And then this buck came in and stopped right in front of me about 45 yards or so and gave me a shot. He went down like a sack of sand. It's a lot of fun. I'll tell you, hunting during the rut with a black powder just couldn't be better. It's been a great day. When I think of tree stand safety, I think of Tree Lounge.
It was my goal to design a fixed position stand that is just as safe. There are certain design features unique to the locking lounge that make it different from any other fixed position stand in the world today.
With this stand, you'll enjoy the trio of safety.
The combination of cleat spurs, the platform chain, and the ratchet belt allow for no shifting or rolling. A big man like this, swinging from the corners of most stands, would cause a significant amount of shifting and rolling. But as you can see here, the locking lounge is not budging at all. The locking lounge is built of all welded select high-grade aluminum constructed with over 100 welded joints, and just like the Tree Lounge, the locking lounge can support up to 1,000 pounds of static weight.
If it's got the Tree Lounge name, you can rest assured that all the safety issues have been addressed. Now check this out. That's a buck coming into the field. That's a pretty good buck. down. We here at Tree Lounge believe that if a hunter is comfortable, then his success ratio is going to go way up.
We kept that in mind when designing the Lock and Lounge. With the sling seat design and other comfort features, you can hunt all day. And we also believe the Lock and Lounge is one of the safest fixed position stands a hunter can own. With our trio of safety, you can hunt with confidence like never before.
Just like with the Tree Lounge, the Lock and Lounge will improve your hunting success.
There's a buck. He's moving across. He's down right there.
Sometimes a climbing stand is just what a hunter needs, and I believe that there's none no better than the Tree Lounge climbing tree stand.
And other times a fixed position stand is what's called for, and you know that I believe the Lock and Lounge is the best fixed position stand a hunter can own. And to complete the perfect tree stand collection, I believe a hunter also needs equipment for ground hunting. And we here at Tree Lounge have the perfect answer. We call it the Ground Lounge. Like the Tree Lounge and the Lock and Lounge, the Ground Lounge incorporates a sling seat system, providing the optimum in comfort. It simply folds up for easy transporting like a backpack and quickly attaches to the tree with a ratchet belt system.
I hope that you'll enjoy the following Ground Lounge hunts.
Hey, I've got a great spot picked out here to set up. There's all kinds of trails through here. There's scrapes, there's horn trees, a lot of buck sign. I've got my ground lounge set up on this old stump right here. I'm kind of down behind this blowdown here. From here, I can see this whole area through these oak mounts. This is a great spot. Hey, let's go hunting. That's a buck. That's a big buck. He's down. He's down right there. That's a good buck. What a buck.
He's down. Look at this rack. Look at the points. 3, 6, 8, 16 pointer. Can you believe this? I'm telling you, this is a beautiful, mature South Texas whitetail. I was able to set my ground lounge up where there's a lot of scrapes where some trails intersected, and it really paid off.
Hey, that was a nice buck. Now let's go from southern Texas to northern Alberta, Canada.
Hey, I've got my ground lounge set up here in these white poplar trees on this knoll. From here, I can overlook this wheat field. Now, there's all kind of trails leading in this field. There's scrapes all around it, horn trees everywhere. On this side is an old clear-cut area. It's all grown up. It's a good bedding area. So I've got an excellent situation here to harvest a buck. There's a couple of bucks in this area. I've seen a lot of sign. I'm going to be here before daylight in the morning. Hopefully, we'll get one of these bucks. There's some deer. It's 2 bucks. One of them's a shooter. He's hit. Yeah, he's hit. He won't go far. That's a good buck. Let's go to him. There's some blood. There he is, right there. This is a big buck. Oh, look at this. He's down. What a rack. Look at the spread. That must be 20 inches or better. A lot of points. Big 12-pointer. Look how rough this is at the base. Beautiful buck. Look at that neck. This buck probably weighs over 300 pounds on the hoof. I have really had a great hunt this morning. I got my ground lamp set up on the far side of the field. This buck came across, got down in some trees, and just gave me a couple of seconds to make a shot, and I was able to harvest him. I've had a good time today. This is the Ground Lounge from Tree Lounge. This is a portable tree seat. It hooks right onto any tree with a durable, heavy-duty ratchet belt system just like that. Look how it folds up. You fold it up like that and put it on your back for easy carrying. It only weighs 6 pounds. It's made out of all welded aluminum frame. It's really productive. I'll tell you, if you want to hunt deer, you want to hunt turkey, doves, ducks, squirrel, any kind of ground game, this is perfect. Now, look at here. You just put it on the tree, ease around here and set. Look how comfortable I am. Now, you know, there's a lot of times up north or out west when you're in the snow, you know, you don't have to sit on the ground. A lot of hunters sit right on the ground in that snow, and after a while you get to moving and you get fidgety, and you'll spook your game. But with a Ground Lounge, you can sit right up off the snow and off the wet ground, sit in comfort, and just hunt comfortable all day. The Ground Lounge from Tree Lounge. Hey, it's mid-afternoon. I've got my Ground Lounge set up in a great spot. As you can see behind me here is a giant mesquite flat. This mesquite flat runs for several hundred yards, and it's just covered up with buck sign. It's obvious that there's several bucks here. There's rubs everywhere. There's pawns. There's trails. It should be a good afternoon. Now, I'm kind of concealed in this little draw here with a lot of green stuff around me. There's junipers and several live oak trees. I'm going to set up and do some rattling and calling, and hopefully later on today, we'll get one of those bucks in close for a shot. There's a buck. That's a good buck. He's circling around. He's down. That's a good buck. This is a fine buck. Look how wide that rack is. That must be 20 inches or better. Look how this brow tine curls down here. This main beam curls up. This is a good Southwest Texas mature whitetail. I'll tell you, there's nothing like hunting them during the rut. I've had a great hunt. Hey, add the Ground Lounge to your equipment collection, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did. Now let me introduce you to some of the great new products now available from Tree Lounge.
Shooting accurately is the most important part of a hunt, and the Level Lock products allows you to shoot with pinpoint accuracy every time.
Hi, I'm Mike White with Level Lock. I'd like to show you a couple products that'll help you harvest more big bucks. These products are going to be available through Tree Lounge. We've got the power cradle with the monopod, a couple other accessories. We've got the V, the tripod, and the hip holster. Let me show you the power cradle. This can be placed on any rifle and it's adjustable to fit any gun. It just simply clamps on, easy on and off. This is adjustable from 24 inches right up to 5 feet and offers a unique swivel joint both on the base plate and up on the power cradle. So you can rotate that gun in any direction. Being adjustable, you can collapse this down and fold it directly right up onto the gun. In a quick situation, you can drop down to one knee and use it from any position at all, rotating it again with that swivel joint. One of my other little favorites is throwing it right in the hip holster. Now that enables you to take all the weight of the gun and put it directly right on your waist. This can be carried directly in front of you where it's not over your shoulder, so your gun is right in front of you where you need it. Now this product can be easily used in a tree stand or while walking on the ground. We also offer a couple other products such as a V-cradle, which can be used as a walking stick, used with a rifle, pistol, or shotgun if you're turkey hunting. Now one of the other accessories is a unique tripod which enables to turn your monopod into a freestanding tripod. You can also use it directly with the power cradle or with the V while you're sighting in your rifle at the range, and that offers a unique swivel joint to sight in your gun in no time.
Hey, you've seen me harvest deer for years on television and video by using the hands-free deer calls. Now they're available from Tree Lounge. These are made by Modern Call Products, and they're completely hands-free. What hands-free means is you can put them in your mouth and grunt while you're shooting your bow or your gun like this. See how little they are? They lay flat against your chest. They're fully adjustable. They're on a zinc frame. They have a lifetime guarantee, by the way. They're low, good natural sounding calls. They really work. And Tree Lounge this year is offering them in the kits. We have the deluxe video kit, the deluxe cassette kit, the 2-call cassette kit, the triple threat, and the deadly double. And now let me tell you about the matchmaker for Modern Calls. This is the new turkey call. It's a box call. You can cluck and putt on it. Additionally, you can purr on it. It's got a built-in system. This is dual. You can capture all the fighting sounds that the gobblers make, along with the hen sounds. It's a great call, kind of a 2-in-1 call. It's unique, it's new, it's very productive. Hey, this is a must-have item from Tree Lounge. These are ATV muffs. They fit on your ATV or your snowmobile. Fit right on your handlebars. Your hands can go in here, keep them warm and dry while you're out on the trail or whatever. They're made out of real tree. They're lined with a good, warm, soft liner. A really great product from Tree Lounge. Hey, here I've got in my hand is a perfect cure for hunting on cold days. It's the Boot Buddy this year from Tree Lounge. These come all the way up over your calf. They keep your calves warm as well as your feet. Now, you don't wear them to the stand. You put them on after you get in your stand and just zip them up. They got a good heavy-duty zipper. They're really thick insulated. They're made out of real tree camo. A great product, the cure for cold day hunting. There's nothing more miserable than deer hunting while your toes are frozen. It doesn't take much to get your toes cold. And this year we'll have hot toes from Tree Lounge. This is a little bag-type fixture that fits over the end of your boot. It's got an elastic strap that holds it on. And it's got a heat pad that goes inside of it. It lasts up to 18 hours. Keep your toes warm during cold weather, and you'll harvest more deer. Hey, nowadays, everybody likes to video their hunt. New from Tree Lounge now is the Handy Limb. This allows you to do that. It screws to the tree. It fits any size tree. Look at here. It's got elbows, 3 different elbows. It moves in any direction. Lightweight cameras fit on it. It's adjustable out here. Makes it easy to video your hunt. Hey, if you get a good video of your hunt, send it in to us. We'll put it on our TV show. The Handy Limb, new from Tree Lounge. Hey, if you really want to improve your bow shooting, now from Tree Lounge we have the Sniper 2 bow sight. This is a rifle design sight. You just line up the back sight with the front sight, just like shooting an iron sight rifle. It's so easy to use. You know, the good part about this too is you eliminate the peep sight. When you eliminate a peep sight on a bow, it gives you more time to shoot in the morning, late in the evening. The Sniper 2 fits right onto your bow. It's very easy to use and very productive. I've been using it for years, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. The Sniper 2 bow sight from Tree Lounge. Hey, if you're a hunter, you need a knife. This year you can get the Gerber knives, well-known name here at Tree Lounge. We have the Gator knives, we have the serrated Gator, we have the multipliers along with the pack axe. These knives are really great quality. Hey, while you're ordering your Tree Lounge today, order you a Gerber knife. I'll tell you, this is the most innovative thing I've seen in years. This is direct descent, now available with Tree Lounge. This is a scented bubble that you blow once you're in your stand. It gives you the wind direction, the wind currents, the thermal currents, plus it puts scent out around your area without you being there. It's very simple. You just blow into it like you did when you was a kid, blowing bubbles, and it disperses the bubble out into the woods, and then when it hits something, it breaks and disperses scent. A great product. It's available in a kit this year from Tree Lounge. You've got the buck blow, the doe blow, the estrus blow, all in one kit. This is all you need to disperse scent. Don't blow your hunt, blow your direct descent.
You're gonna need the new collapsible deer cart when you start harvesting those trophy bucks with your Tree Lounge. It folds into a compact unit and only weighs 6 pounds. And now you can get your harvest home with a hitch haul wheel-free carrier. The hitch haul is also great for hauling coolers, garden tools, or any items you don't want in the back of your vehicle. Every hunter knows that part of the fun of hunting is hanging around camp with your buddies eating good food. Now from Tree Lounge you can get the Monarch gas smoker. And hey, there's nothing better than a smoked hindquarter. And your camp also needs a couple of fish cookers, and the single and double cookers from Tree Lounge are just what you need. And finally, have you ever had more gadgets in your tree stand than you had room for? Well, the Handy Limb screws into the tree and provides a place to hang your deer calls, binoculars, rattling horns, and your gun and bow.